So how many guys are in sales? Or even a better question, let me ask you, how many of you have positive thoughts when you think of somebody in a sales role? Well, let me just tell you, my name is James. I am in sales, and most of my professional career has been in the sales role. In that, I've had the blessing of learning from sales professionals how to sell well, and of course there's a wrong way and there's a right way. And in that, I've also learned that everybody's in sales of some kind. See, we all have different goals and desires, and of course there's different paths one may take to be able to reach those, to be able to be successful. But there's always one common denominator, and that's you can't be successful without learning how to sell in some way. Learning this skill takes time and patience, and I do want to inform you today 3 things for you to keep in mind while you're going through life trying to be successful. These 3 things are, why are you in sales? What is the importance of you learning that you're in sales? And also, what you can do to further your sales skills. First things first, why are you in sales? See, I recently did a survey, June 15, 2013, and most of my classmates, actually all of them, said that they weren't in sales, but most of them had jobs or were planning to have jobs once they get out of college. Well, to me, to be able to be in a job, you have to be selling. I mean, let's just take a waiter or a waitress for example. Of course, they aren't in a sales role, but if they don't serve you well, they're not going to have a job later on, right? And they're selling you. Whenever they give you food, that's in a good timely manner. Whenever they fill your glass without you asking 3 or 4 times, they're selling you. And hopefully you'll be leaving them a tip by how well they sold you. Don't just take my word for it. According to Dave Ramsey on the EntreLeadership Podcast and Personal Selling with Michael Hyatt, in May 22nd, 2012, everybody is in sales. He states leaders, speakers, preachers, purchasers, controllers, administrative assistants, parents, and spouses sell every day. In order to have relationships with people, you're selling. Next step is to understand why it is important for you to learn you're in sales. Well, let's just take the waiter or the waitress for example. Most likely, they are relying on the tips that you give them and the job that they have for them to be able to survive, whether it be paying for their food, whether it be paying for their gas, shelter, clothing, or whatnot. Knowing this information will give them more motivation to sell you well, and ultimately, hopefully, earn a larger tip. An example of that would be me. I've been known, my wife can vouch for me, I have been known to leave 0% on a tip if the service was nearly non-existent. It was horrible. But I've also been known to leave 500%. It all depends on how well they sold me. The final thing I want to inform you on is learning that what you can do to further your sales skills. I honestly believe, guys, that the biggest thing to keep in mind is never try to sell something that you don't believe in. CMIT Solutions states, when you are passionate about your work, naturally you are motivated to succeed the expectations of your clients, your peers, and your superiors. You are willing to go the extra mile without a second thought. When I'm at a restaurant and a waiter or waitress, if I actually ask them what they think of the entree, I expect them to be honest with me. Guys, there's no bigger way to be great at service and sales than to build rapport. Todd Cohen stated in Everyone is in Sales that the best thing to do is relax and build relationships by developing trust. Listen, if you want to succeed in life, build trust with your customers. It takes time and patience, again, to learn how to sell correctly. But guys, this is so important, and it can also be learned by listening to others and learning from others. Turning Objections into Closing Opportunities by Tony Perenelli. And he actually wrote this on the 20th of December 2004. He stated that we need to consider the possibility we haven't answered all the questions our client has. To do this, we need the drive and passion to keep on pressing for more information. Guys, when I learned this, my sales skyrocketed. Not because I was it's actually because I wasn't focused on the numbers, but I was more focused on the needs and the wants of my clients. And by doing that, I found out a little bit of what they wanted. In conclusion, I've discussed why we are all in sales, why it is important we realize this, and what we can do to further our skills. I will end it with a quote from Confucius: "The will to win, the desire to succeed, the urge to reach your full potential. These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal experience, or personal excellence." Thank you and have a great day.